Mohon perhatian kepada Bapak Ibu yang telah hadir di ruang seminar lantai 3. Pada saat nanti pelaksanaan ujian, kami mohon untuk tenang dan handphone dalam kondisi silent. Terima kasih. Hadirin undangan yang terhormat, tim penguji akan memasuki ruang sidang. Hadirin dimohon berdiri. Hadirin disilakan duduk kembali. Promovendus memasuki ruang sidang. Ujian untuk memperoleh gelar doktor pada program studi ilmu peternakan dimulai. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Yang terhormat Wakil Rektor Bidang Akademik Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, Profesor Dr. Ahmad Sodik MSc AGR. Yang kami hormati Dekan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, Profesor Dr. Ismoywati SPTMP. Tim promotor Dr. Insinyur Data Dewi Purwantini MS dan Profesor Dr. Insinyur Mas Yedi Sumaryadi MS. Tim penguji Profesor Dr. Insinyur Asep Gunawan MSI dari Institut Pertanian Bogor, Insinyur Mulyoto Pangestu PhD dari Monash University, Dr. Insinyur Agustinus Tianingrum MP dan Dr. Insinyur Agus Susanto MSc AGR dari Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Yang kami hormati pula para tamu undangan, Direktur Pasca Sarjana Unsud atau yang mewakili, Ketua International Relation Office atau yang mewakili, Ketua LP3M atau yang mewakili, para wakil dekan di Fakultas Peternakan Unsud dan di lingkungan Unsud, para koordinator program studi S3 di lingkungan Unsud, para guru besar Fakultas Peternakan Unsud, para staf pengajar program studi S3, serta hadirin sekalian. Sidang ujian terbuka promosi Doktor Ilmu Peternakan atas nama Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren, Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, pada hari ini 11 November 2020 dimulai dengan susunan acara sebagai berikut. 1. Pembukaan sidang oleh Dekan Fakultas Peternakan. 2. Pelaksanaan ujian terbuka. 3. Rapat tim penguji. 4. Pengumuman hasil ujian oleh dekan. 5. Sambutan promotor. 6. Sambutan promovendus. 7. Penutupan sidang oleh dekan. 8. Pemberian ucapan selamat dan foto bersama, serta terakhir penutup. Hadirin yang berbahagia, dengan tidak mengurangi rasa hormat kepada pemeluk kepercayaan lain, dan dengan harapan agar ujian terbuka promosi program doktor pada hari ini berjalan dengan lancar, marilah kita awali dengan bacaan basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Selanjutnya, pembukaan sidang ujian terbuka promosi program doktor oleh Dekan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, Profesor Dr. Ismayawati.
Dengan mengucap Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, sidang terbuka promosi program doktor ilmu peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman saya nyatakan dibuka. Saudara calon doktor, sidang terbuka promosi doktor Universitas Jenderal Sudirman yang saat ini berlangsung akan mengajukan saudara dengan disertasi yang berjudul Genetic Variation in the Calpastatin and Myostatin Games and their Association with Growth and Carcass Trait in Cattle 6. Selanjutnya saya persilakan saudara Dr. Insinyur Data Dewi Perwantini MS selaku promotor untuk mengawali acara ujian dengan membacakan CV Promovendus.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Berikut akan saya bacakan CV dari Promovendus. Personal data. Name Hasan Ishak Hasan Harem. Nationality Sudanese. Date and place of birth 15 May 1987, West Kordofan State, Sudan. Gender, male. Marital status, married, and have one son. Address, Sudan, Khartoum, Bahri, Samrok, Block 9. Occupation, lecturer at OEW University. Telephone 00628223631145 or 00249121917. Email Heron2101 Language and skill. Arabic language as mother tongue. English language is very good. Indonesian language is very good. ICDL computer license experience. Proficient is in public relations and deal with people from different backgrounds. Ability to learn and act in a fast-paced environment. Ability to work effectively as part of a team or independently. High motivated with a desire to learn and grow professionally. Employment history. Number 1, occupation, lecturer, institution, Faculty of Agriculture, Omdurman Islamic University, Sudan. Number 2, occupation, teaching assistant. From 2012 to 2015. Education and qualifications. level PhD student, major, molecular genetics, institution, Jenderal Sudirman University, GPA, country Indonesia from 2017 ongoing. Level MSc, master, major, animal breeding and reproduction, institution, Pejajaran University, GPA 3.88, country Indonesia from 2013 to 2015. Level BSc, honors, major animal production, institution, Omdurman Islamic University, Sudan, GPA 3.81, country Sudan from 2006 to 2011. Computer diploma, major, computer, institution, OI University, country Sudan, from 2012 until 2012. Progress report selama mengikuti proses pembelajaran pada program Doktor Ilmu Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Nama Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren, NIM D3A 0117001. A. Perkuliahan. Nomor 1, nama mata kuliah Pengembangan Sumber Daya Ternak Lokal Tropis, SKS 2, nilai A. Nomor 2, metodologi penelitian dan teknik penulisan karya ilmiah, SKS 3, nilai A. Nomor 3, strategi pembibitan ternak lokal, SKS 2, nilai A. 4, pemuliaan ternak lanjut, SKS 2, nilai A. 5, endokrinologi reproduksi lanjut, SKS 2, nilai A. 6, pendekatan molekuler pemuliaan ternak, SKS 2, nilai A. 7, genetika biometrika, SKS 2, nilai A. 8, ujian kualifikasi, SKS 0, nilai lulus, tanggal 26 Februari 2020. Jumlah SKS 15. B. Disertasi. Nomor 1, tahapan spesial topik atau penugasan promotor, SKS 2, nilai A. Yang kedua, seminar proposal, SKS 2, nilai A, tanggal 20 Maret 2019. Ketiga, penelitian dan penyusunan, SKS 12. Yang keempat, seminar hasil penelitian, nilai BC, tanggal 23 Desember 2019. Seminar hasil penelitian yang kedua, nilai A, tanggal 3 Maret 2020. Kelima, ujian kelayakan disertasi, SKS 0, nilai lulus, tanggal 18 September 2020. Yang keenam, publikasi jurnal, SKS 6, nilainya A untuk nasional, JAP, nilai A untuk internasional biodiversitas. Yang ketujuh, ujian atau sidang tertutup, nilai SKS 2, nilai A, tanggal 14 Oktober 2020. Yang kedelapan, ujian atau sidang terbuka dengan SKS 2, nilai menyusul. Demikian yang bisa saya sampaikan. Kurang lebihnya saya mohon maaf. Billahi taufik wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Demikian sudah dibacakan biodata dari Prof. Hendus. Selanjutnya saya persilahkan Saudara Prof. Hendus untuk mempresentasikan secara singkat ringkasan atau inti dari disertasi saudara selama 20 menit. Silakan.
A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Firstly, I want to thank Allah for bestowing upon me favor after favor. Excellency, General Sudirman University, Yes, MP, Faculty of Animal Science, The Excellency, Excellency Supervision Team, Dr. Insinyur Data Dewi Purwantini, MS, Co-Promoter Professor Dr. Masyadi Sumaryadi, MS, The Excellency, Internal Examiner, Dr. Insinyur Agustina S. MP, The Excellency, Internal Examiner also, Dr. Insinyur Agus Susanto, MSc, AGR, The Excellency, External Examiner, Professor Dr. Asep Gunawan, SPT, MSc, also The Excellency, External Examiner, Professor Mulyoto Pangisto. He is not with us virtually from Australia. Also the Excellency, Coordinator of Doctoral Program and the ex-coordinator, Dr. Augusto Santo and Dr. Pawidi. The Excellency, Vice Rectors of Vice Dean of Faculty of Animal Science, Dr. Nofi and Dr. Ibnu Haris and Dr. Yusuf, also the Excellencies, academic staff and officers at Faculty of Animal Science. Also, I want to appreciate and thank my friends, master program and doctoral program that participate with us here. Thank you very much for being a part of my achievement and for supporting. Directly, I will present my dissertation research under title Genetic Variation of the Calpastatin and Myostatin gene and its association with growth and carcass trait in batur sheep. The title in Indonesian language, Genetika Variasi gen Calpastatin dan gen Myostatin dan keterkaitannya dengan sifat pertumbuhan dan sifat karkas pada domba batur. So genetic variation is defined as a variety of alleles and genotypes present in a population. So the conserving genetic variation in livestock is important for improving production and meeting future challenge, most especially meat demand for humans and food security. So these two genes has major effect on growth rate and carcass rates. So this call it textile sheep, This has happened due to an activation or inactivation of myostatin genes in textile sheep. So it looks like a pig, or call it double muscle sheep. The purpose of this research is to study the type of myostatin and calpastatin genes polymorphism in battle sheep. Also to study the association of these genes as growth and carcass trait in battle sheep. Also to answer that, to what extent these genes associate with carcass and growth trait in battle sheep. The purpose is to identify genotype of myostatin and calpastatin gene in this sheep. Also to study the associations between growth and carcass trait in battle sheep. Also to find out markers that responsible for growth and carcass trait. So battle sheep is our target in our schematic research. So we're looking for genes that responsible for growth and carcass trait, which is myostatin and calpastatin. I did survey analysis for the battle sheep as basis for the next steps. So I identified these two genes by PCR techniques to determine if there is any quantitative trait loci. Material used in this research is battle sheep, 70 heads used for the survey purpose, and 30 heads of battle sheep used for genotyping, rated at battle area and supplemented with concentrated feed. Body weight, body dimensions, measurements, took it every 15 days till 6 months of age. From weaning until 6 months of age. This is the primer designed. And blood sampling, took it from jugular vein by venipuncture. And for genomic DNA extraction, use it genetic science protocol according to manufacturer. And for the DNA quantification and purification, we use it nanodrop spectrophotometer 8000. This is the result of spectrophotometer. For PCR condition, we use it a total of 25 microliters with annealing at 73.7 centigrade for 44 minutes. For the coding regions of sequencing, all the samples sent to PASTE-based Asia for sequencing and use it bioadit program to identify if there is any nucleotide substitution or a mutation. Sequence result compared with myostatin and calpastatin genes reference downloaded from NCBI. 5 lambs slaughtered by Islamic method to study the carcass trait. For the data analysis, we used descriptive analysis for the bioadit result and genotypic frequency, allele frequency by this model for the chi-square and heterozygosity. Also, we use it chi-square test and statistical analysis. I use it general linear model and generalized linear model. The result of this research, the analysis revealed that a total of 16 polymorphic sites appeared. There are 4 allele observed in genes, 2 allele in 2 genotypes, or 3 genotypes. And there is a transversion, 2 transversion and 3 transitions, according to this table. And this is the bioadit program result. All the plotted standard as a dot compared to the reference sequence gene. The population analysis in cast gene was tested by disequilibrium using a chi-square test. There is low degree of genotypic variation for the heterozygous calpastatin gene, and battle sheep was in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So the null hypothesis is that gametes unite at random. This is the result of heterozygosity test. This is the chi-square values. Here it is less than 3.5 So it is mean not significant. Large population in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium defined if the frequency of genotype and frequency of allele is constant from generation to generation. So this happened because mating occurs roughly at random in large population. Also, selection can affect this Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, and also this Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium can affected by inbreeding, assortative mating, and natural selection and population subdivision. The heterozygosity at the calpastatin loci, 6 loci identified in this sheep was low. So it is maybe because to the close breeding system, which causes increase in chi-square values. The effect of Cas on growth rates, the association of genotypic variants in the 5th exons of the calpastatin genes, and weaning weight, post-weaning, and repeated measurements till 6 months of age, presented here in this table, and also the average daily gain presented. There is no significant differences between weaning and post-weaning body weight until 6 months of age. However, the average daily gain is tend to be high at 6 days post-weaning. This is a genotype of calpastatin gene manifest in 2 genotypes. Here is the blue one is the weaning weight with other different trait, body weight and weaning, and height, length, chest girth, also included at 6 months of age. This is the genotype manifest in 3 genotypes, CC and CT and TT genotypes. For the myostatin genes, sequence were aligned also and screened for single nucleotide polymorphism. There are only 2 alleles observed, C and G, resulting in 3 genotypes, GG and GC and CC. In the third exon, there is only a transversion locus at 121, transversion from guanine to cytosine. This is the polymorphic site, and the polymorphism of these genes was also very low. Genotypic and allelic frequency at this locus 121. Transversions also is about 0.0034. Also, it is too low. The effect of this gene on growth rates, lump with heterozygous were heavier or massive than that carrying heterozygous genotype. By increasing the weaning weight 1.6 kilograms and 0.27 kilogram at 6 months weight. There are no significant differences at weaning, post-weaning body weight. According to this table, here is the average daily gains and body traits and repeated body weights for the battle sheep. Also, there is no differences, but it is same like the previous gene, calpastatin. It is tend to be higher daily gain, 60-day post-weaning. This is the genotype. This is the body rest, and this is the effect of myostatin on carcass trait. There is only 5 heads slaughtered by Islamic method, so the samples is too limited. However, there is no differences, but the resting percent of this gene was 41 for the homozygous genotype and 43 for the heterozygous genotype. It is higher 2 degrees than the homozygous. So polymorphism observed at exonic region of calpastatin and myostatin gene are tested for association with growth rate. This is indicated, we suppose that indicated for meat production. Unfortunately, no significant correlations observed among these genotypes, body weight at different age and growth rate and carcass rate. However, this is the correlation controlling for homozygous genotype. Also, there is high correlation between genotype body dimension traits. So why exonic variation or variants wasn't significant in battleship? Because the sample size, breeding effect, and founder effect, and most likely selection, and also the genotype is not manifest by limited sample, even if the target gene is highly polymorphic as we seen in calpastatin gene. So the conclusion, polymorphism is present in battleship for the first time regarding calpastatin and myostatin gene. The studied population was in Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Alleles were segregating in battleship population with overall higher frequency tend to be homozygous dominance, about 60%. 4 allele differences observed also in this calpastatin, resulting in 2 or 3 genotypes and 4 homozygous genotype in Cas gene with frequency of about 60%. And for the heterozygous, it's less than expected, only it is about 30%. Myostatin have only 2 alleles, G and C, resulting in 3 genotypes, opposite to calpastatin gene, with a frequency of 55 for the dominance allele and 37 for the heterozygous, and about 60% or 6% for the recessive allele. Where allele frequency was 0.74 and 26. The implication from this result, calpastatin and myostatin genes are important regular for growth and carcass rate in battleship, but might not be useful marker for future selection program unless further investigations of this gene and its interaction with other genes that involve in muscle growth and carcass traits performed through analyze association studies at large scale. So this is the last, and this is the publication arose from this dissertation is for publication, 2 in national journals, 2 international journals. Thank you very much.
Bapak Ibu hadirin yang berbahagia, demikian telah disampaikan presentasi secara singkat dari inti disertasi Saudara Promovendus. Sebelum ujian terbuka dimulai, sekedar mengingatkan bahwa setiap penguji hanya memiliki waktu 7 menit untuk memberikan pertanyaan, dan ujian akan dimulai dari yang pertama Profesor Dr. Asep Gunawan, kemudian nanti yang kedua Bapak Insinyur Mulyoto Pangestu PhD, kemudian nanti yang ketiga adalah Ibu Dr. Agustina Stianingrum MP, kemudian yang keempat adalah Bapak Dr. Insinyur Agus Susanto MSc AGRSC. Kemudian yang kelima kopromotor yaitu Prof. Yedi, Profesor Dr. Insinyur Mas Yedi Sumaryadi. Kemudian promotor Ibu Dr. Insinyur Data Dewi Purwantini MP. Untuk efisiensi waktu, kami persilahkan Bapak Profesor Dr. Asep Gunawan untuk memberikan pertanyaan. Silakan, Pak.
Baik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. also the Honorable Vice Rector for Academic Fair, Professor Ahmad Sodik, Dean Faculty of Animal Science, Professor Ismoyawati, Promotor Dr. Data Dewi, Profesor Masyedi, Internal Examiner, Dr. Agustina, Dr. Agus Sutanto, and external examiner, Professor Puwoto, Vice Dean for Faculty of Animal Science, lecturer, and also student in this opportunity. It's my pleasure to welcome to here as an external examiner. So for this, I would like to thank all to Unsur. This is the first comment for me, and then the second, congratulations to you, Hasan,
Thank you.
for your achievement, yeah, until this stage, yeah, your final, your open or promotion exam. So I'm sure this is it's long journey for you, yeah, since you are here, maybe you need adaptation, and then student, and then try to plan how to do research, yeah, and then until you come to this stage. So the first comment to your dissertation, yeah. So after we read, yeah, since we meet in the qualification and also in the close examination, so it is very highly significant improvement, yeah, has been done. So I really appreciate to all the promoter and also to you, yeah, for the hard work until we can say your dissertation is wonderful.
Thank you.
So the first you success to characterize, yeah, the phenotypic, yeah, and also genetic, yeah, for important, I think important local sheep, yeah, Batur sheep. This is maybe one of the local sheep, yeah, that we can improve, yeah, especially for providing breeding sheep. So and the second, you also apply, yeah, the statistical method to improve or to know, yeah, how about the strong or maybe the good, yeah, characteristic from the Batur sheep. And then you use a molecular technique, yeah, to dissect, especially for contact traits, yeah, growth and also carcass, yeah. And this trait is very economically important. So I'm sure when you improve this trait, yeah, it can give the benefit, yeah, not only maybe contribution from the institution, yeah, but also you can contribute, yeah, to get dissemination, yeah, later to the farmer, yeah, who keep, yeah, or maybe dealing with this Batur sheep. Yeah, so this is maybe my point. So the question, the first question you already applied, yeah, and you identified 2 candidates, yeah, in Batur sheep. Yeah, as we know, Batur sheep are not wide distribution geographically. It's like Japanese or Japanese pet or Japanese skin pet, yeah, that can distribute maybe all in Indonesia, especially in terms of, because I read they need some what is specific environment condition, yeah, maybe cold or something like that, yeah, not like in the hot condition. In terms of interaction of genetic environment, we need to manipulate, yeah, the environment if we want to keep or maybe to more widespread this Batur sheep in other locations, for example, yeah, not only in Purbalingga, Yeah, maybe we can send to West Java or East Java. Do you have a comment about it?
As we know, sheep is exotic breed imported since 1984, if I'm not wrong. So this sheep imported from cold area. So the best area fitted for this sheep, it is Batur area, because it is highland, mountains, cold area. It is fitted for Batu sheep. However, if we move this out, move this sheep from the cold area to other Indonesian tropics, for example, like Purwokerto, this sheep will suffer. So the environmental condition will be highly affected on this sheep. So the effect also can affect on the production or productivity. If we want to change these sheep locations, it is better to keep it in cold area. For example, if we move it to West Java, it is better to keep it in around Bandung, for example, like Jatinangor. There is a mountain around beside Bandung in Jatinangor area, for example. That area is called, look like Batur area. Also, this sheep it is woolly, so it is harsh here to adapt in tropic area, except if the area is highlanded and cold.
Okay, so it means we need to manipulate, at least almost the environment is like Batu sheep area.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, so the second question, so you success to apply or to identify the effect of the alpha-statin and also myostatin gene in Batu sheep, in growth and also in carcass. So if we want to apply also in other population, like in Batu or in Japanese or in Garut or something like that, can you guarantee this candidate gene also will be consistent like in Batu sheep?
The effect of gene, it is already permanent. However, if we change the environment, environmental conditions can affect the productivity and performance of animals, most especially like feeding, breeding, management, controlling disease. All these factors can affect the consistency of productivity. So this difference in environmental conditions can affect the expression of gene. However, the gene effect is permanent, can be affected.
Okay, so my last question. So now sometime related with the trend of the customer preference. So sometimes they try to avoid to consume meat from the sheep due to, for example, odor or something like that. So you improve in this research based on growth and carcass. So any other development maybe in the future, like lamb meat can be developed for other like functional food.
Functional food.
I mean, it's related with healthy product or something.
In future, as a human demands for meat, most especially for lamb, mutton, it is highly needed. So the using molecular genetic techniques can accelerate the meat production and also can improve the meat traits or meat characteristics. Most especially can decrease the unsaturated fatty acid and cholesterol and increase muscles in animals, and also enhance the odor flavor of meat.
Okay, so I think it's good from this answer. So I'm very pleasure. So thank you, and then I come back to Dean Faculty of Animal Science. Thank you.
Terima kasih Prof. Asep atas pertanyaannya. Untuk selanjutnya saya persilahkan kepada Bapak Insinyur Mulyoto Pangestu PhD. Halo, Pak Mulyoto, apakah sudah bersama kan?
Sudah.
Oke, terima kasih. Silakan Pak Mul, waktu 7 menit.
Yeah, matur nuwun. Firstly, I would like to congratulate you, Hasan, for being the first PhD student from Jenderal Sudirman Faculty of Animal Husbandry. So, in this time, I would like to ask you a question based on your dissertation. You've been working with a small farmer in the area, and then you research about determining the genes, that the castatin and myostatin gene. How do you educate the farmers? How the farmers know that the gene in that sheep, and also how the farmers select which sheep carry on the genes in their animal?
Yeah, thank you, Prof. The farmer can't recognize the animal carrying calpastatin or myostatin genes. But if the expression of gene is clear, like Texel sheep that previously presented, yeah, they can know. But it is need to keep records and check for genotypes. Your most important, you have to know the genotype frequency through the analysis by molecular technique. So once they know the genotype frequency, they can select animal according to their genotype at gene levels.
Okay, and you know, on the fields, the variation of climate, nutrition, and everything. How can the animals have an optimal expression of the gene on their production?
If we want to get the optimum production or productivity from lambs or battle lambs, we have to optimize environmental conditions, including feeding, which is most important environmental factors that affect meat production, meat trade also, and breeding. Also, it is important. You have to use mating systems that can make inbreeding. This is also highly recommended and can increase productivity, feeding, breeding, and management. This triangle is important. Also, controlling disease and other environmental factors, housing, and so on. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to optimize this so the expression of gene or the expression of gene will be in his best way.
Okay. Also, based on your observation on the field, like in Batur, do you think the situation in Batur is already optimized enough, or it need to be improved more to get a better expression of the genes?
Please repeat the question.
Okay. Based on your observation in your research place, like in Batur, do you think the nutrients, the feed that given by the farmers and the climates is optimal enough for the genes, or still need some improvement, like They need more feeding, more concentrate, or anything?
You mean these two genes are responsible for enhancing meat rates
Yeah.
in battle sheep?
Yep.
Yeah. The analysis reveals that these two genes, they are polymorphic.
Yeah.
So, but the frequency of these genes is not high, only about 30% for the heterozygous
Yep.
genotype. Frequency of allele, yeah, is about 26 for myostatin and 29 for the calpastatin genes in average. So this gene could be responsible for growth and carcass trait in battle sheep. But after analyzing these genotypes or these two genes in large scale to further this study.
Okay. Now, the situation at Batul, when you did the experiment, you did the research, is it good enough for the sheep to express their meat production, or need to be improved more?
Yeah, they can express their these two genes can express their best if we optimize the environmental condition, as I said previously.
Yep.
So then after that, yeah, we can do analysis at large scale. Yeah, to further this study.
Okay. Okay, I think that's enough for me. Thanks for your response, Hasan. Yeah, I move back to the chair, Profesor Ismoyawati. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Mulyoto atas pertanyaannya. Selanjutnya untuk yang berikutnya silakan Ibu Dr. Insinyur Agustina Setianingrum MP untuk memberikan pertanyaan. Waktu 7 menit, Ibu, silakan.
Turun. Ya, Pak Tio. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Terima kasih. Many thanks to Ismoyawati for giving me opportunity this time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mr. Hasan, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Today I'm very grateful and happy seeing you in this final exam, Mr. Hasan. Yeah, after your long journey behind. Since I know how hard it is, so I'm proud of your accomplishment. Maybe high accomplishment, prestasi yang sangat tinggi ya. Last thing I want to say, only one, Mr. Hasan, is you have to beware of your livestock choice. You use Indonesian local livestock, batul sheep. Since Indonesia and Sudan have a different condition, different atmosphere. That's what's next. What will you do with your research regarding your return to Sudan? Because there are no batur sheep in Sudan. Yeah. So it may be unique animal there, maybe. So what will you do with your research? Maybe for your next research.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the question. So, sheep is sheep, whereas in Indonesia or Sudan has 54 chromosomes. So, for battle sheep, it's hard to live there in Sudan. That is harsh environment. But this research, we can apply it in Sudan because those sheep also adapted to that harsh environment, and we can apply it and check it for the next plan, and to see also to compare these two sheep with different countries or different areas, different locations, to see how the genes expression in Sudanese sheep also.
Sudanese livestock, yeah.
Sudanese livestock, most especially sheep.
Yes, that's all. I hope your success ahead. Thank you, Hasan. Thank you, Bu Ismailawati. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Bu Agustina Setianingrum. Selanjutnya kami persilakan kepada Bapak Dr. Agus Susanto MSc untuk memberikan pertanyaan. Silakan Pak Agus.
Thank you very much, Professor Ismailawati, the chairwoman. Congratulations, Hasan, for your achievement until today. Soon you are about to have your doctor degree in a moment, so don't worry. I like your statement. Lastly, you mentioned sheep is sheep whenever they live. Sheep is still sheep in Sudan or in Batur. I understand that you have Sudan desert sheep in your country. I think that's most common breed in Sudan, right? And mostly in what do you call it? Not kept in the same place, but they're moving around during the time.
Nomadic.
Yes, nomadic system. What do you or have you been informed that these polymorphism genes of those two genes also found in your Sudan desert sheep?
Not yet checked it.
Okay, that will be your next opportunity to work with. Okay. Okay, and another two questions. The one is short one. Carcass trait versus litter size traits. So which do you prefer to improve for the sheep?
For the sheep, we have to improve them both, litter size and carcass trait. So if we enhance the litter size, most especially for battle sheep, about half person they are give single birth. So if we improve it, all these traits, it is benefited.
Okay, so both.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. This is quite long answer. Both gene, the camptostatin and myostatin, you observe the polymorphism and the effect on the carcass and the growth rate. But you haven't mentioned about how big is the effect size of those genes in terms of or relative to the total genetic variation. If you can give me the name or number.
If we want to know how big is effect of these two genes, we have to know if the associations between these two genes and growth rate and carcass rate are significant or not. If they are significant, we can analyze how big it is. So for the weaning and 6 months age, I compared lumps that carry heterozygous genotype heavier by 2.6 kilograms than those carrying homozygous genotype, and about 0.27 kilograms for those carrying homozygous genotype for the body weight at 6 months of age.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually my question was related with the total genetic variation that you haven't studied in your dissertation. I like this paper very much, published on Biomedical Central Genomics on 2019 on the multi-breed cattle population. I would like to share this with you and with the audience too, that the genetic variation of those traits is only 1.2, 1.11, and then 6% of the total genetic variation, which means that the variation relative to the total genetic is small.
Yes.
As we understand that this trait or the growth and carcass is polygenic quantitative traits. That means you have to consider not only the genetic variation. How will you implement the information of this polymorphism in terms of the selection program? Because they only account for a small amount. Okay, please.
Now, this is we can't consider it, these two genes for the future selection program because we need further study to know at large scale to know the real frequency of this genotype and allele frequency.
Yes. The next, your next step. How would you incorporate those information of polymorphism in the genetic selection program? The next, I know you haven't come to this stage so far, but for the future, because as I mentioned, the genetic variation of those two genes very small compared to the total genetic variation.
Yeah.
So how would you deal with this? How will you implement the small information, the small variation of those two genetics?
If we want to incorporate this, we have to also to make studies at large scale and with more optimizing environmental conditions, controlling disease, and in a season of a year, and managing in better way, and all these environmental conditions also we have to consider it. So after that, we can realize.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you forgot to mention the genetic assisted selection. That's what I would like to hear from you actually. Thank you very much, the chairwoman.
Yeah.
Terima kasih Pak Agus Susanto. Selanjutnya kami persilahkan kepada Profesor Dr. Insinyur Mas Yedi Sumaryadi MS untuk memberikan pertanyaan. Silakan, Prof.
Baik, terima kasih. Congratulations Hasan atas prestasi saudara studi di Fakultas Peternakan UNSUD ini. Setelah saya lihat, saya baca ada sekitar 180 reference yang saudara tulis di sini. My question, what are advantage this result to compare other study? What are the advantage of your research to compare with other study?
The advantage of this research to compare it with others, because I found something that it is promised for battle sheep, because these two genes are polymorphic, and also the frequency of myostatin genes is higher than calpastatin genes, but maybe it is due to founder effect or sheep that I selected to analyze. This is the frequency of this genotype and alleles are lower. But the advantage, we can compare this with others, that there is many sheep that studied their genotype and allele frequency. Yeah, it is look like battle sheep. So, but I don't know whether they investigate those sheep in large scale or small scale.
Okay. Second question. What can be developed from this research in your country?
Yeah, it is my next research destination in my country. Yeah, because these two genes not yet checked or studied in our local sheep there.
Okay.
So I'm looking for the next research destination there in Sudan.
Okay.
And I will compare this battle sheep's result with our local sheep
Kalau begitu,
as a collaboration research between us, between Umdurman Islamic University and Animal Science Faculty in Sudan.
kalau begitu, what about the future cooperation? Future cooperation between Faculty Agriculture Ombudsman Islamic University and Faculty Animal Science in Sudan.
As a future collaboration research would be generally in animal science. This is because I'm like ambassador to our mentors there or a faculty member. We can collaborate in terms of animal science, most especially genetic diseases, what belong to me. And also I have other colleagues that they can collaborate in others different area of livestock research.
Thank you, Sudan. Biar saya bisa jalan-jalan traveling in Sudan. Thank you, Sudan.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oke, terima kasih Prof. Hedi. Selanjutnya untuk yang terakhir, saya persilahkan Ibu Dr. Data Dewi Purwantini MS untuk memberikan pertanyaan atau yang lainnya. Silakan Ibu.
Ya. Terima kasih Bu Dekan. Thank you for the Dean, Professor Ismoyawati, for the time and opportunity given to me. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
All the praise to be Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Praise the presence of Allah who has provided health, opportunity, and pleasure. So that today an opening exams can be carried out Mr. Hasan Ishak Haren. Previously, I would like to congratulate Hasan Ishak Haren, who has carried out step by step in the learning process in the Animal Husbandry Doctor Study Program, Faculty of Animal Science, Jenderal Sudirman University, which today is the last stage to earn a doctor in animal husbandry. I think there have been many suggestions and questions submitted by reviewer and examiners, with its essence is that the research result obtained need to be developed again for your country. Yes. Research on variation in calpastatin and myostatin gene associated with growth and Cartas trait in Batur sheep with promovendus is your first step or step to further investigate the extent of other gene variation related to certain traits in other types of livestock, which are certainly useful in improving the genetic quality required in the field of animal husbandry in particular and for the benefit of human in general. The result you get at this time may not be satisfactory. Yes. the exact genetic marker have not been found due to limited facilities and infrastructure and was funding. Yes. But what is valuable is the process of analyzing the relationship between molecular genetic variation and quantitative characteristic in the field of breeding. This is a very important initial capital to obtain genetic markers that are useful for early selection in the studies that you will carry out in the future. Yes. Currently, research is still needed that combines conventional breeding technology, namely selection and mating system, yes, with biomolecular technology. So that superior livestock that are known for their phenotypic and genotypic capability will be obtained directly. Based on this, what I want to ask, I think my question same with another review and examiner. What I want to ask, what research will you do at the time of year based on the result of your current research, of course, adjusted to the condition of your country. Thank you. I think my question is the same.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But in our country, due to different climate, also I'm looking for the next gene, call it melatonin. Yeah, melatonin. This is for heat stress. I don't know, but if we move it battleship from Banjarnagara to other area like Purwokerto, yeah, we have to do research about this gene, yeah, to know their tolerance for heat. Yes. Heat tolerance. Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations for Hasan.
Thank you.
Terima kasih Bu Data atas komentar dan juga pertanyaannya. Bapak Ibu hadirin yang berbahagia, demikian tadi ujian terbuka sudah berakhir. Untuk itu izinkanlah kami mengadakan sidang tertutup untuk melakukan penilaian. Dan selanjutnya sidang saya skors untuk beberapa saat. Terima kasih.
Promovendus meninggalkan ruang.
Ya, enggak. Iya. nggak ada kegiatan jadi jalan. Tidak juga Prof. Kalau udah biasa jadi enggak. Jalan sampai itu 3 jam. Lebih lama jam
Dari Ciamis ke Bandung.
padahal lebih 20 kilo. Yang Purwokerto 140. Sana banyak macet.
Sama jalan dan itu kan
Iya, tadinya saya mau pindah. Nah, itu nggak boleh. Tahu berapa? Masih bukan bagus. Nggak boleh orang bagi perdayaan megang dua. Baru 1 tahun suruh megang BK. Baru untuk periode itu juga L1 2 periode. Baru selesai kemarin diganti kader saya.
agak beda.
Hadirin yang kami hormati, ujian promosi doktor akan dilanjutkan kembali. Saudara promovendus dipersilakan memasuki ruang sidang.
Bapak Ibu yang berbahagia, selanjutnya sidang terbuka promosi Doktor Universitas Jenderal Sudirman saya buka kembali. Selanjutnya saya persilahkan saudara promotor Ibu Dr. Insinyur Data Dewi Porwantini MS untuk menyampaikan sambutannya. Disilakan.
Untuk yang ketiga kalinya, in Indonesian, Hasan.
Iya, silakan.
Yes. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang terhormat Dekan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, Profesor Dr. Ismoyawati SPTMP. Yang saya hormati Wakil Rektor 1 Universitas Jenderal Sudirman, Profesor Ahmad Sodik. Yang saya hormati Profesor Dr. Asep Gunawan SPT dan Insinyur R. Mulyoto Pangestu PhD selaku penguji eksternal dari PB dan Monash University. Yang saya hormati Dr. Insinyur Agustina Stianingrum dan Dr. Insinyur Agus Susanto selaku penelaah dan penguji internal. Yang saya hormati Profesor Dr. Masyedi Sumaryadi selaku kopromotor. Yang saya hormati para guru besar pada Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Mohon maaf.
Mohon maaf Bapak Ibu sekalian, jadi sebelum sambutan promotor, ini adalah pengumuman hasil ujian. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hasil ujian terbuka atas nama Hasan Ishak Hasan Harem pada hari ini Rabu 11 November 2020. Saudara Hasan Ishak Hasan Harem dinyatakan lulus dengan nilai sangat baik. Demikian saya sampaikan. Terima kasih. Untuk itu, Saudara Hasan Ishak Hasan Harem berhak untuk mendapatkan gelar Doktor Peternakan. Selanjutnya, saya persilahkan kepada Ibu Dr. Data Dewi Purwantini MS selaku promotor untuk menyampaikan sambutan. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan permohon maaf atas kekeliruan dalam urutan acara pada hari ini. Waktu disilakan untuk Ibu Data.
Terima kasih, Bu Dekan. Saya ulangi kembali. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang terhormat Wakil Rektor 1 Profesor Ahmad Sodik. Yang terhormat Dekan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman Profesor Dr. Ismoyawati. Yang saya hormati Profesor Dr. Asep Gunawan, dan selamat juga ini Profesor baru. Dan Bapak Insinyur L. Mulyoto Pangestu, PhD, selaku penguji eksternal, di mana Bapak Asep Gunawan dari IPB dan Pak Mulyoto dari Monash University. Dan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Yang saya hormati Dr. Insinyur Agustina Stianingrum MP dan Dr. Insinyur Agus Susanto MSc selaku penelaah dan penguji internal. Yang saya hormati Profesor Dr. Mas Yedi Sumaryadi selaku co-promotor. Yang saya hormati para guru besar pada Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Yang saya hormati Ketua Program Studi S3 Ilmu Peternakan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Yang saya hormati Bapak dan Ibu undangan yang telah meluangkan waktu untuk menghadiri acara ini, serta seluruh panitia dan pelaksana yang tidak dapat saya sebutkan satu persatu, yang berbahagia dan dirahmati Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pertama-tama dan paling utama, kita panjatkan puji syukur kehadirat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala atas nikmat kesehatan, kesempatan, dan keberkahan yang dianugerahkan kepada kita semua, sehingga khususnya pada pagi hari ini, kita bisa menghadiri ujian terbuka dan promosi program Doktor Ilmu Peternakan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman atas nama Saudara Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren secara virtual yang insya Allah diberkahi Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Amin. Pada kesempatan yang berbahagia ini, selaku promotor, saya adalah orang yang diberi kesempatan pertama kali untuk menyebut doktor kepada Saudara Dr. Hasan Ishak Haren, BSc, MSc. Selamat, Dr. Hasan.
Terima kasih.
Dan merupakan doktor yang pertama di Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman. Selamat pada program studi Fakultas Peternakan Unsur yang telah berhasil meraih gelar doktor di bidang peternakan yang telah dijalani selama 3 tahun 2 bulan dengan nilai yang sangat baik. Mudah-mudahan cum laude. Sekali lagi selamat. Keberhasilan ini tentunya berkat dukungan dan kerjasama yang baik dari berbagai pihak, baik internal maupun eksternal, juga tentunya doa dan dukungan dari keluarga besar Ishak Hasan Haren.
Terima kasih.
Selanjutnya, saya akan menyampaikan beberapa kesan selama menjadi promotor dari Dr. Hasan. Kesan saya, yang bersangkutan adalah mahasiswa yang cerdas dan pandai. Walaupun berasal dari Sudan, Afrika, dengan bahasa pengantar bahasa Arab, tetapi dapat komunikasi dalam bahasa Indonesia dengan sangat bagus dan komunikatif, serta dapat menyesuaikan diri dengan lingkungan. Dalam menyelesaikan tugasnya cepat, tepat waktu, dan disiplin. Terbukti dengan publikasi yang dihasilkannya selama studi sebanyak 4 judul, yaitu pada jurnal internasional bereputasi, biodiversifikasi, jurnal nasional terakreditasi, dan 2 buah proceeding internasional. Pesan yang bisa saya sampaikan pada Dr. Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren. Dr. Hasan yang terpelajar. Gelar doktor yang saudara sandang hari ini memiliki tanggung jawab yang tidak ringan. Karena gelar tersebut memiliki beban akademik yang berat. Doktor adalah identik dengan riset. Ketika seorang doktor tiba-tiba tutup buku, hanyut dengan kebesaran kedoktorannya, serta lupa yang menjadi beban dan tugas sebagai seorang periset, maka sebuah pertanda lonceng kematian bagi seorang intelektual. Jadi saya mohon berisetlah seterusnya sampai akhir hayat. Insya Allah. Dr. Hasan yang terpelajar. Sebagai intelektual, saudara berkewajiban untuk terus menjalin komunikasi dan bersinergi dengan sesama peneliti, serta menjauhi persaingan yang tidak wajar. Kemudian, sebagai peneliti yang handal dan independen, insya Allah, saudara dapat menjamin kebenaran dan keteladanan pernyataan ilmiah, dan jujur menyampaikan fakta dan realita, serta berani memberikan tanggapan atas pernyataan yang salah atau kurang benar dari penelitian orang lain tanpa merasa merendahkannya. Semoga ilmu dan pengalaman dalam penelitian dan publikasi selama studi S3 di Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman dapat memberikan manfaat bagi agama dan kemaslahatan umat. Semoga kedepannya dapat meraih keberhasilan dan kesuksesan yang lebih baik. Pada kesempatan ini, saya selaku promotor juga menyampaikan permohonan maaf apabila selama proses pembimbingan dan berinteraksi ada tutur kata atau sikap yang kurang berkenan. Demikian juga saya sudah saya maafkan semua kehilafan dan kesalahan yang sengaja dan tidak sengaja dari Dr. Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren. Demikian yang bisa saya sampaikan. Bila ada kekurangan atau kesalahan, itu semata-mata kehilafan saya. Dan bila mana ada kebaikan atau hikmah yang bisa kita petik, baik dalam sambutan ini serta dalam berlangsungnya acara ini, semua semata-mata atas keberkahan dan ridho dari Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Akhirul kata, semoga Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala selalu memberikan bimbingan, hidayah dan perlindungannya bagi kita semua. Amin ya robbal alamin. Sekian, kurang lebihnya saya mohon maaf. Billahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Purwokerto, 11 November 2020, Data Dewi Purwantini. Terima kasih, saya kembalikan pada Bu.
Terima kasih Bu Data atas sambutnya. Selanjutnya saya persilakan Saudara Dr. Hasan Ishak Hasan Haren untuk menyampaikan sambutannya. Silakan.
Terima kasih Profesor Ismawati dan tim bimbingan, tim penguji internal maupun eksternal, and Vice Rector Unsud, Professor Ahmad Siddiq, and Vice Dean, Faculty of Animal Science, Dr. Nofi, and Dr. Ibnu Haris, and also terima kasih bagi semua staf akademik Unsud dan panitia yang sudah menyiapkan ruang dan selainnya. Dan also I want to thank my friends in master and doctoral program in Unsud, my friends, Sudanese friends, and Fauzi from Tajikistan, Janet, Zimbabwe, and Shainima from Bangladesh, and Adnan from Morocco. Thank you, all of you, for being part of my achievement today. Also, before that, I want to thank JSS or General Sudirman Scholarship for making this opportunity available to me to accomplish my PhD degree. Today, I am very happy. However, at the same time, I'm very sad. Saya senang karena sudah lulus dan karena kalian berada di hadapan saya, dan sedih mungkin beberapa bulan atau waktu yang akan datang saya berangkat ke Sudan dan di sana tidak ada manduan. Yeah, this will make me sad. Thank you, all of you, for being part of my milestones, PhD open exams. May Allah bless you all, and peace, mercy, and blessing of Almighty God upon you all. Also to my family, I extend my best wishes to my family there in Sudan, who's endured the struggle with me, and my endless loving to my moms, brothers, sisters that supporting me financially, and also I want to thank the International Relation Office, the Deputy of International Relation Office, Dr. Erwin. He want to attend, but he was sick, so he retreated. So thank you all of you. Also my promoters, co-promoters, internal and external examiners. Also saya minta maaf sebesar-besarnya kalau ada kata yang kurang berkenan. Ya, saya minta maaf dari kalian semua. Terima kasih banyak.
Bapak Ibu sekalian, hadirin yang kami muliakan. Demikian tadi ujian promosi doktor atas nama Dr. Hasan Ishak Hasan Harem telah dilaksanakan. Dan dengan ini sidang terbuka promosi doktor ilmu peternakan Fakultas Peternakan Universitas Jenderal Sudirman saya nyatakan ditutup. Terima kasih, waktu saya kembalikan kepada MC.
Terima kasih, berikan. Hadirin yang berbahagia, mengakhiri acara akan dilakukan pemberian ucapan selamat dan sesi foto bersama. Kepada Dr. Hasan dan juga kepada tim penguji, kami persilakan untuk menempatkan diri terlebih dahulu. Nanti selanjutnya akan diikuti oleh tamu undangan. Mohon menempatkan diri untuk nanti diambil gambarnya terlebih dahulu. Mas Tio, siap untuk mengambil gambar? Siap, ready? Ya, monggo. Ibu Prof. Yedi, mohon menempatkan diri terlebih dahulu. Silakan, Mas Tio. Pengambilan gambar selain akan dilakukan secara langsung juga melalui virtual biar background-nya tidak berwarna hijau. Silakan, Mas Tio. Oh, Prof. Mulyato apakah masih bergabung? Karena tadi sempat izin ada beliau. Oh, silakan, Prof. Mulyato. Menghadapnya ke kamera. 1, 2, 3. Lagi, ready?